And I'm Courtney.
And this is Heard at the Bar.
So,
okay.
Today,
yes.
So we talked about in one of the previous episodes, we were talking about like sponsorships and fun things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought, we need to talk about some things about the studio, things that we talk about in the studio that we like.
Yes. Yeah, because there are a lot of things.
There are
some serious opinions.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were talking about our just 10-year anniversary was just last Saturday.
Yeah.
And we had a local taco restaurant.
So Dos Tacos. I mean, like, seriously. So I'm not sure how long they've been in business, but they're just on the other side of the building. Like, they're not even a 5-minute walk, a 2-minute walk away from us. And they opened up after we opened, but they've been open for like over 5 years. So like, if they're not 10, they're getting close to 10. And these guys throughout, so I got to know them when I was working with the community on Richmond, trying to kind of build up that community sensation with other businesses. As a business owner, you can kind of feel like you're in your own little silo and don't really have a community.
Yeah.
And so it's funny though, the only time that we all seem to really get together is when we're uniting over an issue of some sort. So there's been a few issues over the years. So I got to know them because they're heavily involved as well. And so they were my sustenance so often. Like, that's where I would go to get. They have
so close.
Right. All of their tacos. So it's a taco place, but you can also get their tacos in the form of a salad. And so I get their salad with the chicken and, you can add protein and all that fun stuff. So good. And even like a few times they would bring me food. So I knock at the door. Sorry to bug you, but we've tried this new thing. So they made the taco bowls with rice.
Oh.
And the lettuce and the meat. So we just wanted to try it. Let us know what you think. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And then there's a few times where I'd go over to talk to them about something that was going on the street, and they'd be making staff breakfast.
Yeah.
And so then I'd get to partake in staff breakfast. One day I posted about it, how they feed me and take care of me. And Assad, one of the owners, he's like, "Can you please take that down? We don't sell it here, and people are going to be asking for it." Didn't even occur to me. But I just wanted the world to know how special I am, that I get these wonderful treats. So it just made complete and total sense for them to be a part of our 10-year, because they've been feeding me for so long, and their food is so good.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about this in other podcasts, how so often during class the conversation goes to food.
Food all the time.
Yeah, because one of the tactics that I use to keep people from checking out during class or giving up on me is I start telling stories. When it starts to get really challenging, I tell a story so that then you kind of forget what you're doing, and it makes it a little bit easier to bear. And so, there's so often where I don't have anything interesting to talk about, or I've run out of all the stories. And then people start asking me questions. What are you having for dinner? Where did you have for lunch? Where are you eating? So then Dos Tacos is so often a part of that conversation.
And I think I sent you right before the 10th, because I didn't know they were doing it. Mm-hmm. And I sent you because I saw they had the gluten-free. So being celiac, I'm always on the lookout for good gluten-free. And I saw they advertised a gluten-free taco option.
Yeah.
And so I instantly, and then I just sent it to you, and I was like, look at this, we should try this. And you were like, actually. And I was like, that is amazing.
You get to try it on Saturday night, because I've already ordered it.
So good. Like, actually, Ryan, my husband, was talking about it last night.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was just talking about the fish tacos last night.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So
I love that.
He said that was his favorite thing.
And this is one thing that has happened so much throughout the years, that I become a little promoter in the studio, because when I try something, when I do something, I talk about it in the studio. Because, again, I'm trying to tell stories, so the more things that I have to talk about, the better. So anytime that I try like a new esthetician, go for a massage, whatever those things are, I talk about it in the studio.
Oh, I remember you guys were doing a couple years ago, what was that, head oil or
The Indian head massage.
Maybe that was it.
Was
Yeah,
it that?
I think so. It was something like, I remember you guys were all talking about it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, so that was Amy,
Okay.
who actually was in the studio for a little while,
Yeah.
and now she's at another studio. She's a reflexologist, and she
Okay.
does the Indian head massage.
Okay. Yeah.
Reviva's Wellness was her original brand.
That's right. We had the stuff at COVID. Did
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if that's still what Amy, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll post it afterwards in the comments. So if anybody wants to try Amy out, because she is amazing. And she gives an Indian head massage. So my first experience with it, I was so relaxed afterwards that I was like, I felt like I was drugged. Like she had just set me back down. I had troubles getting my clothes on. Like I couldn't figure out where's the hole. And I was wearing Carolyn did the same thing. Yes. She was wearing like just a maxi dress, and she's like, I didn't know how to work it. I couldn't get dressed. Amy's knocking, are you okay? And Carolyn's like, no, come in and help me get dressed. I can't figure this out.
That's what I remember hearing about. Yeah.
A whole new level of relaxation. Amazing. If you've never had an Indian head massage, oh my gosh, go. It's amazing.
Danielle was talking about Craig's Cookies. Is just on the other side, just opened. And
Honestly.
so I guess and she was saying that at the end of class, they'll just joke.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I've just done this class, I'm gonna go over and get a Craig's Cookie now. And so they keep talking about it, so we brought it up, and they said they do have a gluten-free option every day.
Oh.
So I haven't been over there. I've never gone to a cookie place because they normally don't have anything for me. And I feel like sometimes it's a little mean for me to go into a place and see all this goodness and then be told I can't have any of it.
Yeah.
It's like when my husband brings home cinnamon buns from Cinnabon.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but
thanks.
like 10, 15 years ago?
Oh my gosh, when I was first diagnosed,
there
there
was options.
Absolutely nothing.
Right? Like at least now there are options and there's more of an effort towards it.
Yes.
But like Craig's Cookies should be giving Danielle free cookies.
Oh, I know. She talks about them all the time.
Life. Like the amount of advertising they've gotten here in the studio is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, and it happens so often. And you know, when I first started the studio, community building was a big part of what my focus was, getting to know people on the street. And I would promote people on a regular basis. I would repost, and everything. And then get offended when nobody was doing the same thing for me. But I had to come to this understanding of that you're doing this because this is what's right for you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not what's right for another business. They, to promote you that way. So just keep doing it. But it is quite amazing how you can build up this community of people through these connections.
Yeah.
Through supporting one another. And why don't we just support each other a little bit more?
Well, and didn't we, this was a couple months ago, didn't you have a business come in and do a class with us? Like the business came in, remember?
Yeah, Smooth Wax.
So things like that. Like that's like, because obviously our clients would use their services.
And they do.
And then having their people come in and see what you could do here, then there can be mutual.
Well, this is it. Like, and how many people who will book their waxing around when they're coming here.
Yeah.
So they come here and they go and get waxed afterwards or vice versa.
Yeah.
They are waiting to come into a class and they go and shop at the stores nearby.
Yeah.
After class they're ordering or pre-ordering their food or ordering from Dos Tacos so that when they're done class they go pick it up and they head home. Like it's such a wonderful neighborhood community feeling when you do that.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Well, where was it? We went to the other day when we were having our meeting. We just went over so you could grab lunch at the new place.
At Bert's Bar.
Bert's Bar, that's it. Such a nice place, but I never would have gone had I not been here. Right? Like it's things like that, like little just downtown London. For those of you who don't know, we're in London, Ontario, Canada. I've never actually thought that we've said it. Right?
Oh, maybe we haven't.
I don't think we have.
We haven't.
No. So we're in London, Ontario, Canada. Our location,
not England.
our studio location is downtown, and yes, we do have free parking.
Love that plug.
It's a little
That
plug
is,
because
yeah.
I know talking to other people, I've been like, oh yeah, I work at the bar. And
Yeah.
it's funny when you say it like that,
Yeah.
people are like, what?
Yeah.
No. And when I explain it, they're like, oh, but that's downtown. It's
Yeah.
so hard to get there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we have free parking, like right behind the studio.
Yeah.
So there's no reason. But people think that, yeah, like it's hard to come. The other thing people think is that we're like a very easygoing, not hard. It's just, and I'm like, oh, you haven't come to any of my classes. It's not hard. It's not easy.
And when I hear that it's an easy class or that was a nice stretch, sometimes I do take it a little bit personally. Like all of a sudden now it's like like heaven help the next class in.
Yes.
Because after that comment, I'm stepping it up a little bit. But I think this is the one thing that frustrates me a little bit is that it doesn't have to be, oh my God, I'm dying to be an effective experience.
No.
And the beauty of Pilates is exactly that we don't torture you or beat you up during class. And sometimes you don't even necessarily feel the intensity of it while you're doing it. And then it's not until the next day where you go to do something, you're like, what is that? What am I feeling? And not even realizing that, oh my gosh, that really worked.
Yeah.
There is room for the classes, and we do have those classes where it's like, oh my gosh, like this is intense. But for me, I don't want anybody ever to feel like that was the longest class of my life. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
Yeah.
The biggest compliment is, I can't believe how quickly that went.
Yes.
I can't believe how that happened. And there are totally some classes, like I would say, like my mat classes, I tend to go on the more, sometimes, not always, but on the zen-y kind of chill, therapeutic side of things. So they can seem like, oh, that was like a really like, not yoga, but toward like a nod towards that kind of focusing on the breath a little bit more, slowing down the movements, making them a little bit smaller and staying present in your body while you're doing it. But so if you've experienced that one, then you're going to think that it was gentle, it was easy, it wasn't, but it's serving a purpose so that you've just had, a leg day the day before, or you did a run, or you did something intense the day before. Now the stuff that we're doing in here, and typically when I run my classes, I kind of pick up on what is being put down.
Yeah.
What do I notice when people are walking in the door? What am I hearing them say? What is, I'm really tired today. Oh, my body's really sore. My back is not happy. I really worked hard at this. I'm just looking forward to. Or even the body language that when you walk into the room and everybody's like laying down and like doing a stretch or like focusing on their breath, like, okay, this is the type of class you guys are looking for today. That's the focus I'm going to put on it. And that serves a purpose. And it's becoming more and more frustrating for me to hear those kind of comments because you tried one class.
Yeah.
And that was your experience in one class. You tried one instructor and that was your experience with that one instructor. You don't know what the next class would be like. We have a 3-class pass for a reason. And really the 5-class pass is the one that I would suggest.
Yeah, you have to try different instructors because we're all different. We all have a different idea of how you're doing it. It's
a different day, a different experience.
Yeah.
Because you could come to one of my classes and be like, oh, she was super chill. It was really relaxing. It didn't feel too intense. But then you can also come to my classes.
The very next day, you could come and be like,
she killed me.
She killed me.
I couldn't walk for a day.
Yeah.
She I don't know what was going on, but oh my God, that was the hardest class I'd ever experienced.
Yeah.
I'm sweating. Yeah. Right? You can do a Pilates class.
Oh, I can put cardio into any type of class.
Exactly.
I once had one of them clients say that to me. I didn't know this was a cardio class. It wasn't a cardio class.
Right.
It just happened that we did extra repetitions, which got your heart rate up.
Yeah.
And so yes, there was one exercise in that class that they were like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect to have cardio.
And that's what was really challenging for me when we started talking about creating classes that were more specific to different levels.
Yeah.
Because for me, and I found this early on in my career, that you can have a plan for a class,
Oh, it changes depending on who shows up.
Exactly. It can be a completely different experience depending on who's there.
Yeah.
You could have a whole like series that you're planning on doing, and then somebody comes in and like, I can't kneel.
Oh, it changes everything that you had thought. So the first thing when you ask the question, does anyone have anything that they need to tell me today?
Yeah.
Is anyone having any issues?
Yeah.
As soon as you have that conversation, as soon as someone's like, oh, I can't do anything on my knee, I'm like going through my head, what did I have planned today for knees? Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Okay, no, we're good. I didn't plan that. Let's do this kind of thing. But yeah, it totally makes a difference.
Exactly. And quite honestly, excuse me, if you want a specific experience every single time you come in, then you got to do it private.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Because once you're in a group class, I'm trying to make 6 people happy.
Yeah.
So
or 10 if you're in the bar
and mat. Exactly. Like there's other people in the room that I'm trying to make happy. And I mean, that's probably one of the biggest jokes is you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah.
So you try to do your best to give everyone as much as they can get out of something. If you want that every single time I come in, I'm gonna work at this certain level.
You have to do private.
You got to do private.
You have to do private.
Yeah.
I feel like we're griping now. Sorry, guys. We're just trying to talk about where we are. We go off on tangents. Like I swear to God, Kristy and I can sit down with any topic you throw to us, and we'll just start talking. So here's literally why we wanted to talk about this. So here we go. So Lululemon sent me the new Align No Front Seam. And so before we started taping this, I was like, I'm going to wear these and see how they do sitting down. So I haven't actually even taken the tag off. I've still got the tag on. Yeah. But I put them on and we were out talking and I was like, oh, they're so buttery soft. Yeah. And then I was like, oh my gosh, they're not thicker than my Aligns because I was saying I have 25 to 30 pair of Aligns. I wear Aligns for everything. Yeah. I just like them better than some of the other ones. And I'm fairly new to Lulu. Like I'm not an old school Lulu. Okay. So I literally when I started at the studio, I wore other things from my dance days. Yeah. So whatever I had in my closet is what I wore. Yeah. And then I saw people wearing Lulu and I was like, I kind of talked about it with some people in studio. We were talking like, what do you wear? Because there's like, what is there? There's Lulu, Aloe, Athletica,
Lily.
There's
Lowly, L-O-L-E.
Oh yes.
Lola.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, that Aritzia has their version of, I don't even remember what it's called. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other thing we've seen in Gap has a version of something. Oh, that's Athletica. Yeah. There's something else. There was another name that came up in studio that we were talking. Anyway.
So I get my tights from Winners.
And I have tried the version, so they're supposed to be the Align buttery soft version from Amazon. I think they're like Crazy Yoga or something like that. Yeah. And yes, they feel the same. Yeah. They don't make you look the same as Lulu. So I literally did buy some of them because they are like a third of the price or something like that. But I found I didn't like them and I wasn't wearing them. Yeah. So I ended up like getting them out of my thing. And so when I became a Pilates instructor, I also joined the Sweat Collective with Lulu, which is why I got those Aligns. Okay, and
I gotta say, like, I'm so like jealous that Courtney's like, I'm gonna be an instructor now. I'm gonna join the Sweat Collective. And then Lululemon's like, oh my God, Courtney, we've been waiting for you for so long. Here's some free stuff. And I'm like, haggard Kristy, like, please be my friend. Please send me things, please, for like 5-10 years. Please, Lululemon, love me. Please, please, please. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Courtney walks in and I'm like, oh my God, you're Courtney. Can we send you some stuff? And so, like, I've had some not great experiences with Lululemon.
Yes, you were saying that. So tell me.
There was a lot of work at the beginning where I was trying to become an ambassador, trying to become promoted through them. With Lululemon, they give their staff so much money a month to go and do classes, and they want you to support studios in your
local
city,
studios,
exactly,
right?
to build that up, but also to create that that connection. And like so often, whatever I wear in the studio, people are asking where I got it.
Yeah.
Like it's
honestly,
automatic.
we talk
Like
about
if
it
you
in
want
class.
exposure to
Yeah, we talk about it in class all the time, especially
Exactly.
if you have a really cute matchy set.
Exactly.
Everybody in the class will be like, "Where did you get that? Oh, that's so cute."
So I was working it, and then early on, the young girl Aviva.
I think, my daughter had them.
They opened up, and while that store was being opened, there were managers from other stores coming in helping them open up, and they came to the class. So like, we don't understand. Lululemon didn't even know who you were.
Yeah.
Like, we were asking, where do we do bar in London?
Yeah.
And they had no idea that we had to find you on Google. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been trying it. I've been in there. I've done things. I was a part of one of their like outdoor markets. I was, I was working it hard trying to be a part of their community, and it just wasn't happening. And I thought at that point that, okay, here we go. She's going to go back. But no, there was just something within that management team that was there at the time that just was not seeing me as being beneficial. Then I had gotten the Align early on, like when they first came out, and loved how buttery soft they were. But the inner thigh seam started to fray, so I took them back to get them replaced, which is their policy, which I think is amazing. And they did replace it, but then the staff that I was dealing with gave me the the look up and down.
The ones up and down.
Yeah, and said, well, that these pants aren't made for all people.
I can't fathom that response.
And like I've my whole adult life, I've not been the weight that I've wanted to be.
Yeah.
My body has changed over the years, and I feel like I'm just in this constant battle of trying to get it to where I want it to be. Menopause didn't help at all. It's made it even worse. But that being said, I've always had a bit of a self-consciousness about myself as an instructor, because here I am teaching fitness, and I don't look like the typical fitness instructor.
Yeah.
And so then to walk in and have this interaction, it was upsetting.
Yeah.
It really bothered me.
Yeah,
so I stopped.
For sure.
I stopped buying Lululemon. I stopped trying to engage with them.
Yeah.
I stopped altogether. And I found a brand at Winners that's called 90 Degrees.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Lasts longer than the Lululemons in terms of keeping that sense of pull in.
Yeah.
And they just like suck me in and pull me up, but they don't feel restrictive. They don't feel like I'm wearing a compression.
Yeah.
They have that nice, like, I think these ones actually, they might be, I don't know if they're 90 or not, but that same kind of buttery softness to it, but hold up to the test of time.
Yeah.
And look great on.
Yeah.
Love them. So when you came forward and you're like, okay, we're going to talk about these. And I'm like, I kind of don't want to support Lululemon. I don't want to talk about them. Yeah. I've not felt like they've supported me. And I went through that, because it was in the news for a while there, that they were, when they were finding that the tights were see-through.
Yeah.
And, the body shaming that came along with that. And I experienced it directly in there. And so, like, I was like, oh, God, how do I tell Courtney that, it's not because I'm jealous that Lululemon loves you and wants you to, and gave you a free pair of pants. It's like, I have not had a good experience. I don't feel warm and fuzzy about them.
And and that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know. So I wasn't on the initial Lulu bandwagon.
Right.
As a dancer, I wore Capizio and stuff like that. Like, I didn't have any kinds of athletic type wear.
Right.
And then obviously I saw a lot of it here, and then I tried it and I liked it, and I can't even remember. I started, like, I have a lot. People used to make fun of me when I was working at Western about it. But when I went into Lulu, and I want to say it was right before I joined the Sweat Collective, that one of their staff was like, oh my God, you're an ambassador. And I was like, no, I am not. Yeah. And they were like, but I know you. Yeah. And I was like, and then he was like, oh my God, you're Courtney at Western. Oh, and the brand that I was in my previous job. Right. And he was like, oh my God. And ever since then, obviously, things are different. Like, I go into the store and people are like, oh my God, hey, how are you? and I'm pretty sure it's not from.
So jealous.
I really think it's really just because the kids that work there
Yeah.
were Western
Western
students, and so they had that connection. Like, I went to get, totally off topic, but I went to get me flowers for prom.
Yeah.
And I walked into Spring Hill Flowers,
Yeah.
and I was talking to her about the situation, and it was very last minute, and I had just learned that apparently prom, you get single girls without dates get bouquets.
Oh.
Mind blown. Didn't know this. This is
now
news to me. Didn't know.
So many rules these days.
Too many rules. Anyway, so I'm talking to her, and she's putting my name into the system. She's like, I'll call you when it's ready. And she goes, did you work at Western?
Yeah.
And I was like, I did. And
Yeah.
she's like, you were Courtney at Western. I'm like, I was. She was like, oh. And I'm like, she's like, when I was at Western, I was like, great. And then the girls were joking here in the studio, same thing.
That you're there, Courtney.
You were Courtney at Western. Now you're Courtney at Pilates.
Yeah.
No, now you're here. But they remember me.
Why don't we have an Instagram account? That's Courtney at Pilates.
Courtney at the bar.
Courtney at the bar. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But yeah, like, and that's what we were talking about, because a lot of the kids here were Western students at one point and stayed on and still come here. So it's just funny, that persona that carries on.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. Like, I honestly, that's the only thing I can think of why. But, so yes, Lulu, I will be doing a review of these, and I do really love them. I'm sorry, Kristy.
No, you can love them. And I like the Align as well. Like, yeah.
Like they're, I don't know, they're super comfy. Like, these ones just feel, because I actually had a different pair of Aligns on, and I took them off to put these on.
Yeah.
And these just feel more compression. Like, they feel sturdier.
Okay.
And I've heard, because obviously I wasn't on the initial bandwagon, so I don't know what the old quality of Lulu was.
Yeah.
I only know the newer quality that I've probably just around COVID. I'm sure that's probably somewhere in there that I started wearing them.
Yeah.
But I noticed that this is good quality.
Yeah.
Like, I feel the difference.
Okay.
So, kudos.
Well, good job, Lululemon. And how about some love for me too?
Kristy needs some love. And if anyone else wants to provide us love or wants us to do a test of your brand, like any other athletic brand, we'd be happy to do that. Any kind of brand of anything, we'd be willing.
The only reason why we're doing a podcast is to get free stuff. So just send us free stuff. Is that not why everybody goes on social media?
That's why everybody does social media. Yeah, and that's 100% why everybody does social media. Yeah.
Give me things.
If I could figure out TikTok and how it could make me money, I'd do that.
Yeah.
I can't and I won't, but I totally would.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I think we're almost done, but there was a local girl who I saw post a TikTok about Pilates. Where can I do Pilates in the city? Yeah. So I got on there and I was like, oh, you should come to our blah, blah, blah. And she ended up going to one of the other studios and getting a membership, and one of our teachers teaches there too. So we confirmed it was the same girl.
Yeah.
I just sent you a thing this week, being that she's starting her own like community to grow because women need community. And I just thought it was hilarious that she's never come to us.
Yeah.
And I did post to say, hey, DM me if you're interested in coming. No response. She actually grew up with my son, and she lived around the corner from us. So it's just kind of funny that she's doing this whole community thing, which we already have going here.
Yeah.
Like,
it's already been our shtick.
It's our shtick. Yeah. I'm sorry. You might think that you're new to this. Nah. We've had this going on for a while now.
Women need community.
Women need community. Right, and it's happening here.
Yeah. So on that note, thank you for listening or watching yet another episode of Heard at the Bar. And thank you for being part of our community. Bye.
Bye.